Hello Music Time viewers, this is Caitlin Carter here with the Strumbellas from Canada to talk about their latest album, We Still Move on Dance Floors. Welcome guys.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for being here. So your last album just came out in the US about almost exactly a month ago today, I think. It won a Juno Award and was nominated for, at least on the long list, for the Polaris Prize. So how was that? Congratulations, and
Thanks.
how was, what did that mean for you guys?
It was really awesome. The win itself for the Juno was really emotional for me, just because you were working so hard, and touring across the country over and over again, and you don't know if anybody's noticing, and then boom, you win a Juno, and so it's like it was kind of like the first moment for me that I kind of felt proud of like what we were doing as a group, and that was like a good time for me, and just feeling like what we're doing is worth all the long drives.
How was the actual award ceremony? Like, what was it like being there? Like, I guess being around all of that, celebrities and stuff like that.
I think you're so distracted. Like, our award was announced third last in this long 3-hour gala. So you're so distracted and like nervous about anticipating that your award is going to be announced that you don't really have that much time to, I don't know.
And you really don't know beforehand. Like you're when you're there, you're truly waiting and not knowing.
And this last time they sat us by like all of our fellow nominees who are bands we know and friends with. So that's kind of funny too that you're sitting around. It's people you know and you're waiting for this moment where you're going to be announced, and you're going to have to cheer for other people if they win.
Or vice versa.
Or vice versa. So you're kind of preparing yourself the whole time.
And so you guys have been doing some U.S. tour dates. How has that been? Like, how's your reception been here on the other side of the border?
I just was talking about this with somebody last night in Boston, and I've actually fell head over heels in love with U.S. of A. From touring here. I don't know what it's been, but the people have just been so unbelievably nice to us and hospitable, especially but we went down south and they were just so unbelievably nice, and us Canadians have this reputation of being nice people, but I think it's easily matched by the States. So it's been so good, and we ate Southern fried chicken 5 days straight, and
not a bad idea.
And everything has just been so
a little bit of a bad
good.
idea.
It's been really, really wonderful, and even the Northeast, Washington State is just gorgeous. Oregon is gorgeous, so it's been amazing to be honest.
Has there been a place in particular that reminds you of home the most?
That's actually the one thing that hasn't happened. I find that for some reason the cities here and the towns are different, and I don't know. I can't put my finger on why that is, but I've never seen a city like New York or Portland or Chicago before. I just don't think we have that in Canada. We have great cities, but they're just different, and there's just something really, I don't know, something about them that just stands out.
Was there a specific show in mind that you're like, wow, we're really catching, traction here in the U.S.? Was there one show, a really big show that you guys did, or one that was your favorite?
There was one. We kind of came down to Chicago on a whim to play a place, and we played there once, and it was great. And then we came the second time, and there was 300 people there, or 200 people there, and so that was just wow, this is blowing my mind right now.
And so let's talk about your album then. I guess it came out in Canada, I guess maybe last year, so it's just now getting its U.S. release. But what was the process like for writing that? What sort of themes were inspiring you during the writing process? Anything you were listening to?
Inspiration is actually just it's just this magical little land in my head that there's not really an inspiration. It's just whatever peeks out in your brain, and then you just put it on paper and
a voice memo. Simon has hundreds of voice memos. During touring, he just whips out his phone and record something. So
are you kind of constantly writing then? Do you just continue to write, not necessarily for an album or a project, but just in general, knowing what might come, I guess?
Yeah, it's like that. I just watched a Hawaiian surfing video, a documentary on the Van here, and now all I want to do is write music for surfing documentaries.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
You've kind of got an interesting route with, I think I read that you started off in a hip-hop crew in high school.
That's true.
So how did you go from that to folk? I know Beck kind of did that once, so it's not unheard of. But
yeah, but was Beck in a group called Clip Squad?
I don't think so.
Actually, the only time I've ever played a show in my life was in this hip hop group when I was in grade 11 called the Clip Squad, and we played at our like school auditorium, and we did a show and we had a lot of bad lyrics, and immediately after the show we got sent to the principal's office and got suspended for 3 days, and the band just disbanded after that. The only show I've ever played until this.
Go out while you're ahead, you know?
Yeah, we went in with a bang, I feel like, you know.
Have you written anything with, like, you know, bars and stuff like that, like, you know, hip-hop influenced since then?
You can ask
Simon was just showing me some stuff he's working on now that has a little bit of a hip-hop influence, so, you know, see where that goes. It's awesome, though. It's great.
So I'm sure you guys get this a lot, but obviously, you know, the past 5, or I would say, like, you know, around 5 years, the whole alt country, folk, you know, hit the mainstream really hard, and I guess I would assume that was probably a double-edged sword for you guys, where, you know, it helped your success because people are getting into that kind of music, but also, like, how do you distinguish yourself? So where do you guys kind of, now that it's died down a little bit, so it's not like the only thing you're hearing on the radio, but, you know, you're still obviously, you know, touring and doing the same genre, so.
I spent a lot of mornings waking up wishing I had written, you know, The Cave by Mumford & Sons, or Oh Hey, or Edward Sharp's Home. I'm extremely jealous of those guys, and but I put them on the highest pedestal because, you know, people always like kind of lump us into that category, and I don't think we're nearly as good, but they always lump us into that category, and I'm just, you know, I don't know what to say. Those guys are like literally wrote songs to me that are going to be around for 100 years, and that's like you know, that's my they're my you know, musical idols to be able to do that. So I'm just, you know, you compare us to you know, Mumford & Sons or Lumineers, I'd be like, thank you, because they're awesome. So
have you had to do anything, I guess, outside of that to distinguish yourself? So everyone's like, oh, this isn't just another Lumineers ripoff, or you know how like you hear all these bands now copying the style that's in vogue at the time.
Yeah.
Well, we try to take off our clothes more on stage, so we got that going for us. But no,
you don't try to purposely not sound like something.
I think we've been doing this for a while, and we've, you know, been a band for 5 or 6 years. So it just sort of happened that as we were, you know, in the first couple of years, Mumford & Sons took off and Lumineers took off, and you know, we're gonna keep playing the kind of music that we want to play and not change it just to try and get the next big thing, I think.
Nice. So have you guys started working on any material for a new album to follow up your award-winning sophomore effort?
Yeah, not just that, but it's become an unhealthy obsession. Planning this next record, it's you know, pretty much all I think about. And even last night, you know, you can ask the band. I've forced them all to sit down and listen to demo after demo after demo after demo, and be like, you know, how do we make this better? How do we do this? How do we make this record, you know, outstanding? So it's a very unhealthy obsession I have right now, and I'm really excited about it, I think.
So you're still in the songwriting prepping process. You don't have like studio time. You're not looking to start recording anytime soon.
No official plans or anything, but just, you know, I think it's just, you know, just in the thought process of it.
Nice. So what's next for you guys, I guess, for the rest of 2014, early 2015? Just touring, or?
Mostly touring for the rest of 2014, hitting some new places, Texas and California that we've never been before, and then the Northwest as well, and then headed home across Canada. So we'll be on the road until mid-November, and then a few more shows.
Home for the holidays, maybe.
Yeah. And then after that, who knows, more touring, maybe some recording.
Our guitarist John is really excited about going to a gun range in Arizona, so that's what his long-term plans are. And I want to go to take a tour of the Hollywood homes in LA if we have time.
Oh yeah.
So we're really excited about those two things.
Doing some tourist stuff.
Yeah. We don't get a chance to do that stuff that much. So.
Yeah. Well, thanks for talking to us, and Music Times viewers, don't forget to check out their latest album, We Still Move on Dance Floors.
Thank you very much.
Bye.